So we're now at the closing session, and for the closing session, we have some closing remarks. First, I would like to call Henrik and Marie up on stage because they have been fantastic co-organizers for this, and I wouldn't have been able to do this without you. So please give a round of applause for Henrik and Marie. And then I would like to do some acknowledgements to our sponsors. So Ridgway Scott Foundation, NumFocus, and Flax and Teal for contributing in various ways for this conference to actually take place. And of course, Simula for letting us do this and providing the beautiful lecture hall and also helping us with catering, because I wouldn't have never been able to do that by myself. So with that, I would like Phil Weir from Flax and Teal to come up and say a few words, and then we will, or you can decide what you want to do. You can do a dance, but you're now on stage.
Thank you.
You want the mic?
Well, just to say thank you very briefly. So yeah, absolutely, and particularly for to the folks at Simula for facilitating us buying drinks. So and yeah, no, thank you. Been really great discussions this week and really interesting talks, and I want to look forward to it next year.
Yeah. Okay. So then we always need to look forward, right? So we still have this opening for next year. If anyone's interested in hosting or sponsoring or doing anything to contribute, please get in touch with any of the steering council members. We have two of us up here now, and there are multiple steering council members scattered around the room so that you can just get in touch and see if you have something you would like to contribute. We can see how we can make that work. Then we did not do a full presentation of all the things that are new in Dolfinx. So I just want to talk about a few things that we've been working on since last year. And one of them is proper parallel multiphysics support. And this is mainly worked on by Joe Dean in the back there. And here are some examples of things you now can do with Dolfinx. So up there we have the Phoenix logo, and we've taken the Lagrange multiplier on the boundary of the Phoenix logo just to see, does it work? It does work. You can also do fancy 1D to 2D, 2D to 3D coupling, or you can do, as James really wants to do, you can do multiphysics with different physics in different parts of your domain. So here we've taken a P5 Lagrange equation and taken P5 polynomials in one bit, P3 in the other, and coupled it with a DG scheme on the boundary. You see that you get nice continuity. You also now can do hybridized discontinuous Galerkin and nicely with the main branch of Dolfinx, and we will hopefully make a release within end of summer. So that's some of the new things. There are, of course, other things going on as well. We have two Google Summer of Code students, Paul Kroner and Abdullah, working on multigrid and checkpointing for Dolfinx, and this has been kindly helped getting into place by NumFocus. So I think we should do a round of applause and wish them best of luck with their projects. So there are a few other things on the agenda. Some of them you have heard some things about. So one of the things that Chris has been working very hard on for at least a year, maybe multiple years, is to get the abstraction for mixed cell meshes in place. So on the right here, we see a mesh where we have hexahedral meshes coupled with prisms coupled to tetrahedral meshes. And this is something that is in the pipeline where we have the initial support for creating the meshes and distributing them. Now we just need to be able to read, write them, and assemble them. So there is still some work to do there, but it is in the pipeline. Another thing that we've gotten tremendous amount of help from Min and Jack is to get some native Windows support. So this is mainly for people that want to do teaching at universities where you do not necessarily have students that have Linux or Mac. So we have now an experimental native Windows build where we do not use Petsy. We're not going away from Petsy, so Petsy is still going to be in Dolfinx, But if you want to be native on Windows, we're not going to support PETSI. And things that I'm interested in is to do 3D 1D, because I'm here at Simula. As you've seen in many talks, we are interested in these very thin vessels in the brain. So we would like to, instead of just being able to do 1D, 2D, and then 2D to 3D in a two-step approach, we would like to do proper 1D, 3D coupling. So this is something that we're going to look into over the next year. So then, over to some awards. So we've been so lucky that NumFocus provided funds for travel awards this year, and we have 3 awardees. So please stand up and come here and get a round of applause. Adib, Uri, and Niklas. It's been lovely to having all of you here. So please stand here so that everyone can see you, and hopefully you'll see plenty of other conferences in the future. So I've really enjoyed having you here. And then over to the general awards and Jack.
I'm just gonna hide over. You hold back. I'll put this on.
So we are very excited to be announcing the awards for best presentation. So we have had an awards committee appointed by the Phoenix Student Council. This has been Jack Hale, Matteo Crafty, Cecil Daversa, Katia, Francesca Barra, to evaluate all posters and all presentations. The evaluation criteria are posted and have been posted on the webpage for the sake of transparency. And we are also extremely grateful to the Rich Waste Park Foundation for strongly supporting these prizes. So Jack will announce the winners, and we'll take one winner one at a time.
One at a time.
Well, you will tell me what happened.
Yeah.
Over.
So yeah, I'd like to thank the Rich Waistcoat Foundation again for providing the prizes for these awards, and also Flax and Teal for sponsoring the poster session. So we're going to begin with the poster session. Oh, the other thing I'd say is that all of these competitions were really tight, and I think that reflects the very high standard of the contributions at this conference. So thank you for all of you for all of your efforts and all of your work to making this an outstanding scientific event. So this poster, the judging panel were impressed both by the scientific content of the poster, the overall layout and typesetting, and also the presenter's excellent answers to some very difficult questions. So for her poster, determination of Navier's slit parameter and the inflow velocity using variational data assimilation, I'm delighted to award Elena Jarolimieva the prize for best poster. Sorry?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. So now we'll move on to the prize for the best postdoctoral scholar presentation. So the judging panel was struck by the way the speaker managed to explain this complex mathematical topic and the outstanding presentation, particularly in the kind of final results section. For his talk on the Stokes problem, on the well-posedness of the Stokes problem under pressure Dirichlet boundary conditions, we award Igor Tomanek the prize for best presentation by a postdoctoral researcher. What an Igor. There you are.
Thank you.
So now on to the prize for the best presentation by a PhD student. So here we were particularly impressed by the excellent visual aids in this on the slides, and also the way that the speaker introduced the topic for a general audience. For his talk, Strongly Coupled Electrochemical Thermal Fluid Models of a Battery Pack Using Phoenix X, we award Alexandra Guibert the prize for best presentation by a PhD student. Thanks, Mary. Well done, Alexandra.
Well done.
Congratulations. No problem. So, and now we will continue with the rest of the closing ceremony.
So, of course, a conference can't go on without some secret awards as well that haven't been posted, where the criteria varies and might have been adapted throughout the conference. So the first surprise award, it is Nate Symes Award for Exceptional Phoenix Visualization. So Nate is part of the steering council and has been an active member of the community of Phoenix for way longer than I have. And since he couldn't come here today, he wanted to reward people that really spend time making beautiful visuals. So Henrik.
And this year's Nate Syme Award for Exceptional Phoenix Visualization goes to Mark Hirschvogel for his presentation on the block preconditioner. So, thanks. There you go, Mark.
So there were some very brave people that decided to go and do a swim in weather that I consider too cold, and I've been living here most of my life. And for that, we've decided that we wanted to give out some vouchers. So for the brave people that dared the elements and went for a swim, here we have a voucher each for one reproducible example, where it eventually will be posted as a solution on Discourse, but you can send me a private message and we'll hash something out. So please, brave people, come up and repeat some vouchers.
Thank you. No millennium price problem. Price.
So give them another round of applause. So we are now closing in at the end, and we really need to be out there by 12 because there are people from the ministry coming to do other things later today. But I really want to thank my technical staff. So Marius, Halvor, Jürgen, and Ottar, please come up and give them a round of applause. Without them, this would have been extremely technical and I would have slept even less. So I do thank you. There are, of course, all the people at Simla that have been extremely helpful. And a small selection of people that I really want to thank is Hani, Hilde, Inna, Elia, and Afrem for making sure that we've gotten all the logistics right and that everyone is safe and sound, by at least now. So please don't do anything that I wouldn't do in the next 20 minutes. And then you can do anything. So please give them a round of applause. And finally, I would like to thank everyone for attending the conference, because without people, there would have been a very boring conference. There have been so many exciting scientific talks and so many interesting discussions about science, but also about everything else. And that's what I really like about this community. And I hope that we can keep on growing the community and having equal fun for many years to come. So please, everyone, give yourself a round of applause.
And last but not least, I think we should also give Jørgen a big round of applause.